Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyAttack44227TV to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Okay, well, I gotta say, it looks like I finally got my Christmas decorations taken down for sure. It's already a brand new year for sure, which means, yeah, I guess we can pretty much see where we're going at with, of course, this one for sure. So yeah, I guess it's been a long time coming, but I guess it's now time to finally double into this for sure. So yeah, anyways, hey guys, this is AckleyAttack4427 here, and welcome to Season 11. Yeah, that's right, pretty much the big double one for sure. So insert random jokes about the number 11 here. I guess it's all I could think of right now, but yeah, anyways, as I was saying, welcome everybody to Season 11 of WTPU, aka What the Pickup? Yes, folks, looks like 2026 is finally here, and we're now on Season 11 of course, this show for sure, and yeah, I gotta say, with, of course, what I've actually endured with, of course, the last season from what I can gather, I think it's time to restart once again with, of course, a brand new season this time around for sure, and, well, I guess I kind of figure I need to do something since after our big milestone season, which is Season 10 for sure, so yeah, and for the fact that the show is nearing to exactly 10 years as we speak, I know that's saying a whole lot, and wait a minute, I've actually been doing this show for nearly 10 years? Well, I guess that means I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna cover for the show's 10th anniversary for sure. But hey, maybe I'll figure it out, probably by the time it gets closer and closer. I mean, besides, I think I've got like probably about another 2 months for sure. So yeah, I think it'll give me time to wait out pretty much, of course, what I have to do to talk about anything in particular for the 10th anniversary. But like I said, I'll figure it out for sure. But I guess right up until then, seeing of how this is the new start to a new season, I've got plenty of items for me to talk about on this show for sure. Some good, some decent, some unexpected, mostly terrible, but I can't fully guarantee on the latter for sure. But we'll have to wait and see, hands down. But hey, as long as of course I'm here to give you guys something great with just a simple snap of a finger, just like that. So yeah, you bet I'm, of course, going to be talking about the items that I'm going to be talking about for sure. So So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So with that being said, let's get right to it. Alrighty then, well, now before we begin pretty much this brand new season for sure, I guess as usual, I might as well give you guys a little recap to what we talked about in the previous episode for sure, to which, as you can see right down over here, which I actually talked about pretty much all of my Christmas presents that I actually got right around last month for sure, to which I'm actually really amazed with, of course, the ones I've actually got this year for sure. Again, there are some that I really enjoyed a whole lot, and some that were completely unexpected for sure, but either way, I'm really in love with, of course, what's been given to me for sure, and yeah, I think it pretty much shows that a lot like the past several years, I did have myself a really great Christmas for sure. So yeah, I'm madly in love with, of course, on what's been given to me for sure, and I'm really glad that I got all those right around last month for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front, and the stuff I did right around after Christmas for sure. Or I guess pretty much around the same time as what was going on for sure. That alone is also equally impressive, hands down. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. But regardless, I really enjoyed all of my Christmas presents that I got this year, and they were definitely well worth it, hands down. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. If you want to check that episode out for yourself, then don't worry about a thing. There's a card over there over at the top right corner of the screen, as well as, of course, the link to it down the description box below. So yeah, whichever you prefer, go right ahead. I'll wait till you come back. Yeah, take all the time you need. I'll be here by the time you come back for sure, so no rush or anything. I'll just be here sitting in my chair right up until you come back as usual. Kind of like what I do in every single episode of course, this show, so I guess there's that. And you know, I think given to what I mentioned earlier about having a great Christmas for sure, yeah, I guess on top of opening up presents, spending time with my family members, and all that sort of stuff, yeah, I guess it was really nice that I cooked up Christmas dinner by crafting that beef Wellington for sure. But hey, maybe I'll go more into depth on that for possibly a future video for sure, but hey, we'll have to wait and see on that for sure, so yeah. Although I think I will say that beef Wellington I had for Christmas dinner was absolutely delicious, hands down. Now I guess pretty much next on my bucket list, go to one of Gordon Ramsay's restaurants and actually order a beef Wellington myself. That would be pretty freaking awesome if I did that. Alright, I guess seeing how you did already see the last episode of this show, we might as well go ahead and start off this episode as we normally do. Well, I guess pretty much now that we got that out of the way, I think it's time that we kick off season 11 of course, this show for sure, with, of course, pretty much the first of course, a few Christmas presents that I got on the sidelines that I really do think are deserving to be talked about in their own episodes for sure. So yeah, I guess it pretty much is an ongoing tradition whenever I start up a new season on this show, but hey, I gotta do what I need to do for sure. So what are we gonna start with, you may ask? Well, I think I'll give you guys a little hint for sure. It's something revolving around Thomas the Tank Engine, and moreover, it's actually gonna be on a brand new model that I actually got from Bachmann. Yeah, I think given to that alone, yes, it looks like we're talking about another Bachmann Thomas model that we actually got for sure, right? And yeah, now I guess pretty much of anything, without actually showing pretty much on of course, the item I'm gonna be revealing. Can any of you guys guess what I'm gonna be talking about? You don't know? I mean, come on, I guess the title and the thumbnail is actually pretty obvious. Give up? Alright, I guess I'll reveal it right now. It is, of course, on this. So yeah, what I got right here to kick off this new season of this show, we're gonna be talking about a brand new Bachmann Thomas model that we actually got as a Christmas present some time ago, and that being, of course, on Rebecca. So yeah, I actually did get this as a Christmas present right around last month for sure, and boy, I am really quite thrilled to actually talk about this one for sure. This is the one Bachmann Thomas model that I've been wanting to get for quite some time now for sure, and well, surprisingly enough, I did get her as a nice Christmas present, and well, I guess seeing how Christmas is already over, I think it makes sense to pretty much keep her on standby right up until this moment to talk about her in today's episode. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So with that being said, let's kick off this new season and, well, take a look at this one. Alright guys, it looks like we finally got yeah, looks like we're back down on the floor once again for sure. And to those who are wondering, yes, I think this is going to pretty much cost a lot, of course, my knees, and of course my feet, hands down, but regardless on that, we now actually got the Bachmann Rebecca model down to the floor, ready for us to actually talk about this one. So yeah, I think it's probably what I can say, of course, that front. Now I guess some things that I need to get out for sure. Now I guess pretty much of anything, I know, hands down, that I always do love whenever Bachmann announces and releases some brand new models in their Thomas & Friends range, and trust me, I know there's a lot out there that, yeah, some from the past, and some that came out very recently that I'm really looking forward to getting in my hands for sure. But out of all the models that I've been really excited to get for some time now, Rebecca is, of course, definitely one of them for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. And I guess if you are familiar with, of course, pretty much, if you are a Thomas the Tank Engine fan like I am for sure, I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, who on earth is Rebecca? Well, surprisingly enough, if you actually follow the original show for sure, Rebecca is actually one of course, the two main characters introduced during the Big World, Big Adventures era for sure, alongside another character, which is, of course, Nia, hands down, and yeah, say what you will about Nia on her own for sure, but I guess there's no doubt in my mind that if there's anything good that we actually got in terms of new characters during the Big World, Big Adventures era, Rebecca is definitely one of them for sure, and honestly, I'm really quite fascinated with, of course, what she has to throw into the table for sure. I really do think she really is a really good addition, hands down, and I really do admire, of course, what they actually decide to go for with her for sure. Although I do find it such a shame that since after the Big World, Big Adventures era wrapped up for sure, they never really went anywhere with, of course, her for sure, which I guess it is such a shame from what I can gather, because I really do think she is actually a nice addition, hands down. Well, not really enough to pretty much say that she and Nia are, of course, replacing Henry and Edward, to which I know a lot of fans are really upset about for sure, and trust me, I get that. But hey, I guess pretty much stepping that aside on her own, I really do think Rebecca is actually a really nice addition for sure, and I do wish they could add a whole lot more to her pretty much for sure, so yeah. But that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. Now, I guess pretty much, if anything, I'm sure you may recall in the last episode, I did actually pretty much get her as a really nice Christmas present for sure, and bit of an interesting story that I want to tell for sure. If you may recall, well over a year ago, I talked about pretty much the lying Thomas Allingen's ghost set that I got from, of course, a local hobby shop pretty much in my area that goes by the name of Leonard's for sure. And surprisingly enough, they do actually have Rebecca on the shelf for sure, and yeah, for well over a year since after I first laid eyes on her for sure, I've been trying my best to save up whatever money I can so that way I can actually purchase Rebecca for sure. So yeah, but I never really went anywhere to be honest, but my hopes were still high. And, well, thanks to, of course, pretty much for the fact that Christmas came by and I actually got her as a Christmas present, I don't have to worry about saving up whatever money I can to actually pretty much buy her for sure. But, yeah, at least that's what I can say, of course, that front, but it was still worth it for sure. And hey, I guess if that being the case, at least I can still save up whatever money I can to actually get some other Bachmann Thomas models that pique my interest for sure, so yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front, so yeah. But yeah, either way, now that we finally got that out of the way for sure, I think we can now pretty much taking a closer look at Rebecca, starting with, of course, the packaging, and of course, obviously enough, my first impressions, hands down, and I gotta say, yeah, pretty much for my first impressions, it definitely does look great for sure. I'm really digging, of course, what I'm actually seeing for sure. Like, you can actually see the model of Rebecca herself pretty much alongside the front, the back, and of course, yeah, pretty much on the side, the back, and the front for sure. And yeah, I think I have to say I'm in for a real great treat upon looking at her in the packaging for sure. Although I think I will say, hands down, from what I'm actually seeing, this is the biggest size for of course some packaging for this Bachmann Thomas model. I mean, really look at it. It's just about as big as the model itself for sure. I really couldn't believe it. I mean, I've seen plenty of packaging for some other Bachmann Thomas models that are also big as well, but this is like a whole other level for sure. And, well, I guess given to what I'm actually seeing, I can only imagine on what will come up if, of course, Bachmann actually does the same thing for Flying Scotsman that'll be coming up, which I'm still looking forward to, by the way, So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. But yeah, regardless of course, the size, I really do dig on what I'm actually seeing based on my first impressions from the front of the packaging itself. And the one thing I really do love and admire for sure, it has alongside the bottom electronically operated with moving eyes. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, we're back to the moving eyes mechanism with, of course, this model for sure. And boy, I guess it's since after last year with, of course, Bo, I think it feels great to return to something that's back to their old roots for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, either way, everything from the front of the packaging actually does look great, and alongside the back, well, it pretty much established on everything that had pretty much we actually got hands down for sure. Just pretty much a whole list of course, some other Bachmann Thomas models that you can currently get during this time for sure, and yeah, all that sort of stuff from what I can gather, and of course, pretty much of anything, yeah, pretty much alongside here for sure, all it does is showcase a picture of the Bachmann Thomas saying engine's eyes move side to side, which really does help bring out, of course, the moving eyes mechanism for sure, which, again, is the one thing I really do love about what the Bachmann Thomas and Friends models have actually provided for sure. It is definitely one of my favorite aspects for sure, so So yeah, and even though for the fact that pretty much of anything, Rebecca is one of many Thomas characters pretty much showcased during the CGI era for sure, I'm really glad they actually kept the momentum going for the moving eyes mechanism, almost like a little something out of the classic Model series for sure, which I really do love and admire, so yeah. But I guess either way, from what I've actually seen, I really do think, based on my first impressions, they really nailed it on the head with, of course, Rebecca all the way for sure. And I'm in for a real great treat for sure. So yeah. But we can't actually leave it at that for sure. Oh, no. We definitely gotta get pretty much Rebecca out of the packaging for sure, and, well, I guess if anything, it's time for the return of pretty much my handy-dandy pair of scissors for sure, so yeah. So I guess give it to all of that. We might as well go ahead and finally get Rebecca out of the packaging for sure, so yeah. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get her opened up. Alrighty then, well, yeah, I guess pretty much of anything that pretty much, yeah, looks like we finally got Rebecca out of the packaging for sure, and, well, I guess pretty much of anything, the first part was incredibly easy, but the other part, but the other half was probably a whole lot more difficult than I thought, but regardless of that, looks like we finally got Rebecca out of the packaging for sure, and my god, give it to what I'm actually seeing for sure. This looks absolutely incredible up close for sure. Yeah, I think pretty much from what I can gather, Rebecca actually does look really awesome, pretty much up close and personal for sure. So yeah, I think pretty much give it to what I'm actually seeing. I think pretty much from what I can gather, Bachmann really nailed it on the head with, of course, pretty much getting the full aspect of course, Rebecca perfectly for sure. Yeah, I think she really is shaped out incredibly well from, of course, pretty much her main body for sure, and yeah, and I guess from what I can gather, I really do love the nice paintwork and detail they actually put into, of course, pretty much her for sure, and it looks like going alongside the wheels from what I've actually seen. Yeah, obviously, I really do think it is actually very nicely done, hands down for sure. I really do think they really have a lot going for with, of course, this one for sure, and yeah, they really do nail it on the head for sure, and of course, one other thing I should mention is that I really do love the face for, of course, Rebecca for sure. I mean, how could you not resist the head face for sure? It just looks absolutely adorable, hands down, so yeah, and of course, another thing I should mention is that I really do love her nameplate hanging in for sure, and, well, and I guess pretty much her number alongside the cab, hands down, to which, yeah, there's nothing in here, but I really do love what they actually did for sure. Again, details like that is actually quite nice. Oh yeah, and I cannot forget about her tender as well, which that too alone is also very nicely done for sure. Again, yeah, pretty much the way it's actually shaped out for sure to the nice usage of color for sure, and even having NWR pretty much embedded on there for sure. Yeah, which I should mention, NWR actually stands for the Northwestern Railway, where of course it resides on the island of Sodor, to which, yeah, I really do think is actually very creative, I'm not gonna lie, and yeah, nothing much else I can say on that. I really do think it's actually very nicely done, so yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, Yeah, I really got nothing much else to say, of course, this one. In terms of what I'm actually seeing, Rebecca actually looks really great for sure. Now, normally, I think with the past recent Bachmann Thomas models that I've actually talked about, I did actually discuss maybe one or two issues that I actually have with it for sure, but for the sake of Rebecca, honestly, I can't actually find any issues, to be honest. I think this is the first time in a while that I actually do think a Bachmann Thomas model actually turned out really great for sure, based on how it actually looks, and yeah, I really do think they really nailed it by far. I really got myself hooked on right when the moment I actually got this opened up for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, give it to what I've actually seen. I really do love on how well Rebecca actually turned out just from the way it looks for sure. And I really do think it really is a really fantastic model up close. Now, I guess you might be wondering to yourself, how will it fare up by pretty much running on my layout? Well, let's get it up there and give it a massive test run to find out. Alright guys, it looks like we're back up in, of course, my Bachmann Thomas layout once again for sure, to which, yeah, I guess it is a common theme to, of course, come back up here whenever I talk about a new model for sure. But regardless on that, we finally got Rebecca up on my layout for sure, about ready to give her a massive test run for sure, to which, yeah, that's the one thing I'm really looking forward to, hands down for sure, because, yeah, pretty much if anything, I'm, I think I might have hit Terrence for a second. I'm so sorry. So yeah, I'm always looking forward to seeing on pretty much on how a new model would run on my layout, and yeah, for the sake of Rebecca, I think she'll definitely fit the bill, of course, this one for sure. So yeah, I guess again, from the way pretty much from the way I actually see her up close, I really do think she really has a lot going for hands down for sure, to really run well on my layout for sure. So yeah, but we may never know once we actually give it a try for sure. So yeah, but either way, yeah, who knows? Maybe it might actually go well, but at the same time, it probably not for sure. But although, yeah, I think one other thing I should mention, well ahead of course, this episode for sure, is that, well, surprisingly enough, once I get done with her for sure, I actually did take the time and do a little reorganizing, of course, most of my Bachmann Thomas models that I actually got for sure, and no, I think, yeah, pretty much, I didn't get rid of any, pretty much, models for sure. I actually did move them around for sure to, in order to make a bit more room for sure, like of course, yeah, like of course, right behind Rosie, you can actually see Rosie, yeah, pretty much, I do have pretty much Rosie, and of course, her red color for sure, and right behind Ari, I have Bert, and right behind Bill is of course Ben, so yeah, I've decided to take liberties, of course, on that front for sure, to do a little reorganization for sure, to which, yeah, I guess probably by the time, maybe later on down the road, maybe some point around the near future, or probably by the time I move out for sure, I probably would probably work on pretty much some new storage space for, of course, on my layout. Yeah, for, of course, my trains, for, of course, on my layout for sure, if I want to make room for more, hands down, to which, yeah. I mean, look at the amount of rolling stock I actually got. They're filling up the whole entire fucking shelf for sure. So yeah, that is absolutely insane from what I can gather. So yeah, but regardless on the hang, I guess pretty much of anything, stepping that aside, hands down, just as a little side note for sure. I can't wait to see on how we'll actually do running Rebecca on my layout for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, on that front, hands down for sure. So So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and pretty much gag, yeah, there we go. Finally got one of my speed controllers plugged in for sure. And now I think it's time to finally give Rebecca a massive test run. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to be in for hands down. So let's see what happens. So here we go. Oh, yeah, come on. Alrighty then, well, I guess it looks like we actually finished up this massive test run around pretty much my layout with, of course, this model for sure. And yeah, I guess despite stopping it a little bit and giving a nice push for sure, yeah, I think with what you're seeing right now, Rebecca actually runs pretty well on my layout for sure. So yeah, I think from the way it actually pretty much moves alongside the track for sure, yeah, I guess surprisingly enough, yeah, it actually really does run pretty well on my layout for sure, and it's actually really quite smooth, I'm not gonna lie for sure. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that my Bachmann Rebecca model actually does run pretty well, hands down, and yeah, I think pretty much of anything, it really is quite nice, I'm not gonna lie, and yeah, I think pretty much of anything, yeah, I really don't have anything else to say. Another successful test run in my opinion. So yeah, I think with what I've actually said by far, I think it would pretty much conclude on what I have to say about this one for sure. So yeah, overall, the Bachmann Rebecca model that I actually got turned out to be absolutely impressive all the way for sure. I really do think Bachmann really did an incredible job with, of course, this one for sure. And I really do think this is actually one Bachmann Thomas model that yeah, for the first time in a while, I definitely do think it's actually really great without any flaws or issues whatsoever. So yeah, I think pretty much of anything, I think they really did a bang-up job with, of course, this one for sure. And I'm actually very quite satisfied with the end result for sure. So yeah, part of me really did kind of wish on how nice it would be if I did actually purchase this one as I originally intended for sure. But I'm guessing of how I did get as a Christmas present some time ago, I don't have to worry about that anymore. And yeah, given to what I've actually said, I really do think it's actually well worth it. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, pretty much for what it is, I do highly recommend it all the way for sure. I really do think this is definitely one Bachmann Thomas model that I know you're really going to enjoy for sure. But although you might want to save up a whole lot for sure, because this model actually costs well over $300 for sure. So yeah, pretty pricey, I'm not gonna lie, but hey, no matter what, hands down, it's still a really great model for sure. So yeah, at least that's what I can say, of course, that front. So I guess given to that thought alone, I think it'll be a really great way to end this episode here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode for sure. And by all means, let me know down in the comments on what you thought of this one for sure. I would love to know on what you guys think. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this first episode to season 11 of WTPU for sure, and trust me, this year is only getting started for sure, so I bet there's gonna be a whole lot more items for me to talk about in the next episode for sure, so yeah, I don't know which ones to be honest for sure, but we'll have to wait and see. But I do have 4 other ones that I know I'm going to be talking about after this one for sure, so be on the lookout while I 5 of those for sure. So on that thought alone, thank you guys so much for watching, and well, we'll go ahead and let Rebecca leave for sure to do what she does normally, and well, as always, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, everybody. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.